Okay, before I show you guys the video and do the typical warning thing, I just want to say spoiler alert. It may surprise you guys, but trust me, sometimes these figures for Godzilla vs. Kong can be a spoiler. But I know you guys probably not saying it's not really a spoiler because we all know, but there are people out there that have not seen this movie yet and don't want to be spoiled by anything. So for those that are willing to not be spoiled and try the hardest not to get ruined, this is for them. Alright? Hope you guys know that and enjoy the video. Peace. Hello everybody, I am Godzilla20 here doing a collection haul video, and I just want to say, I hope you guys saw my latest video about the Maniverse reboot. I hope you guys understand. I'm sorry about the noise right there, but this is likely gonna happen. But you just look at that video, no more information about that. But today, we're gonna do a collection haul video of figures I got for the past few months. And I will say this video may contain a spoiler from Godzilla vs. Kong. So if you don't want to be spoiled by this, please leave this video right now. Please. Because and people are going to say, it's not really a spoiler because everyone knew about this. Well, that may be true, but I want to give people that respect that this is potential spoilers for those who haven't seen the movie yet, which I have seen the movie and it's really, really good. I love the movie so much. It's freaking great, man. I highly recommend watching the movie. It's a blast. But we'll get to that in the end of the video, which that will be the last reveal. But nonetheless, let's continue this haul video, which the first one I'm going to say is this one because I was gonna put this guy in the video, the last haul video, but I just never found him and I never got a chance to get him until a week later during that time. And I got this guy since I want to say February, and I really love him. And for those Maniverse fans, this is what you might see for the reboot. 1986 Grimlock figure from Studio Series. Yes, I finally got my hands on the 86 Grimlock figure, and this is definitely my Grimlock figure, my definitive Grimlock, and I am happy to have this figure. I seriously hope we get the other Dinobots in this line. Please, Hasbro, please make more because I need them for my collection and potential reboot Maniverse thing I mentioned. But enough of that though. But Grimlock is beautiful. And what about Wheelie? I don't want to talk about that thing. I'm not mentioning the thing until the review maybe, but I don't want to think about that thing. That thing sucks. Tiger Chin one was better, but enough of that. And for another elite class, I did get this guy, and I was not expecting to get this figure, but I had my debates on this one because I already had the Siege version, but I couldn't help it, man, you know? So I had to pick him up. That being Kingdom Ultra Magnus. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the vehicle mode, which hopefully I could cover that up in the review, but robot mode is where the figure really shines. I really love that he looks so 80s, like in the movie, and he looks pretty good, I will say. So, there's that. Happy to have him. Just go for my 86 collection. Now for another figure, which this one, I'm happy that he's fixed compared to Grapple, and you know who that is. Inferno from Kingdom as well. And I have to say, this guy went really, really well, and I'm really, really happy to have this figure. And especially that I now have Red Alert because these two are meant to be in a display together, especially the Autobots themselves. It's great. So, there you go. And for this one, at the time I got this figure early, but I later on regret it because I paid stupid price. Well, not crazy price, but $20 extra, let's say, on eBay, which I'm not doing that again, hopefully in the future. But nonetheless, I don't mind because I love this character so much, so that's why I'm not really upset about it, but here he is. Dinobot from Beast Wars. Finally, we have a Dinobot figure, a proper Dinobot figure. The Raptor mode may be, yeah, but we'll cover that in review maybe. But all in all, the robot mode is where he really shines, and I'm really happy to have him in my collection. Finally, Dinobot, yes. Well, with that being said, let's continue on make more figures. Well, not make, but review more figures. Which this one, I did not think I was gonna get this figure because this thing was it was hard to find. It was hard, man. Which, that being the Netflix Soundwave with his two cassettes, Ravage and Laserbeak. Happy to have these two figures, or these three, I mean, because this Soundwave, this is the Soundwave in the Generations line, and I'm very happy to have this guy in my collection. Soundwave superior, Autobots inferior. That was a terrible Soundwave voice, I'm sorry. But there you go. I'll put these guys away later. Now for an old figure, actually. This is an old one because I have a soft spot for this figure because I never had him as a kid. It's not in the new generation figures. It's a very old figure, and I'm still happy to have him. That being Transformers Animated Grimlock. I always wanted this figure as a kid, and I'm very happy to have this guy in my life. I hope to get more anime figures, but until then, this guy is my holy grail. And yes, of course, it's Grimlock, because my boy Grimlock has been my main man in years, so why wouldn't I get this guy first as my new animated figure? You know? So, there you go. We'll just sort that away. There you go. Now for another old figures, but they're really re-releases. Well, these two at least. And I have another re-release figure too, but we'll get to that in a bit. But these two are from the retro line for the Headmasters. Hardhead and Mindwipe. I'm really glad to have these two figures because I like this one so much better than the old one. Like, the old one's good, but this one is superior. This one too is superior. Even though mine has a little crack in the wing, which that sucks, but it's not too bad. Because my old Mindwipe is a mess. So there's that. But hey, I love me some Headmasters, like the Transformer Headmaster gimmick. Really cool. So I'm happy to have figures again because it's one of my favorite lines. So there's that. And now moving on to 86 and Kingdom, I suppose. So here we go. Here we have 86 Jazz, Cup, and Blur. And I'm glad to have these figures as well because Jazz, we waited so long for this Jazz figure, and I'm very happy to have this figure in my collection. And some people may have had issues with the clear plastic, but I assure you it's pretty not bad. It's pretty durable, but you just can't be rough on it. Hopefully I could cover that in a review in the future, but if I would do that. But there's Jazz. Happy to have this guy in my collection. To have a Jazz at least. I've wanted Jazz for so long. And here we have Blur. And he's pretty cool. I mean, the Titans Turner one was still good too, but he does pretty well for a new Blur figure. And Cup, proportions, some look weird in the face, but he's definitely a good Cup figure in my collection. Like the only one I have that's actually good compared to the Titans Return one. I mean, I like Titans Return, but it did have its faults at the time. But I'm just happy to have these three figures from my 86 collection and also G1 collection. So there's that. And here is another figure that I was kind of skeptical on getting because, let's just get to it. Earthrise RC. Now, you all know that this figure has gotten a lot of bashing for reasons. The mold itself, it's not the best, and it is a pain in the behind to transform. Believe me, I've been there. But at the end of the day, she does look like a good RC. It just needs a little bit more paint. And this one might also be my new RC for the Reboot Maniverse. We'll see in time, but there she is. right there. And for the other Kingdom figures, and here we got Tonight and Vertebrake. They're not much to talk about, but they're cool figures. Because I like some skeleton dinosaurs, so that's why I have them here in my collection. So, there you go. And my last Transformers Kingdom figure, that being Airazor. Airazor here really does look beautiful. And I'm very, very happy to have an Airazor. Now bring on Tigatron. So, looking forward to Tigatron if he ever gets revealed eventually, which I'm sure he will. And these two last figures are not Transformers. These are from different franchises, and I'll get to this one first because I waited since June 2020 for this pre-order, and he finally came in, and I'm not doing that again unless I know for a fact they have him in the store. And this is a Figma Pit from Kid Icarus Uprising. I was on a hunt for this figure for so long, but he was just always expensive. And ever since June 2020, they announced a re-release for this guy and Dark Pit. And I had to get Pit first because I love the game. I only played it one time, but I watched some videos and I forgot how fun the game was. And I really hope we get a 3DS again one day to play the game, because I really, really love this franchise, and the characters themselves are great. I hope we get more characters from Figma, and I do hope I could get a Dark Pit soon, but right now, I'm very, very happy with Pit here. My boy Pit. And for the last figure, again, I'm going to give it a chance. Leave this video if you don't want to be spoiled by anything. Here's a spoiler thing. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Playmates Mechagodzilla. Yep, I got my hands on the new Mechagodzilla figure, and let me tell you, this is a beast in the movie. I won't say much because I care about you guys and I'm not going to spoil too much, but this guy was a beast. And I'm happy to have this figure in my collection because it's Mechagodzilla. Why wouldn't I? So, there's that. My haul of what I got in the past few months. Well, since February and March. But, there you go. I got a lot of figures. And man, I'm very happy. Especially for Pit and Mechagodzilla here. Well, if you guys want me to review one of these figures, let me know in the comments below. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.